Family, welcome back to Lead Through Sport, the podcast, aka Spotlight Thursdays. I'm your host, T. Scotty. And today I have an athlete from Hampton University. He is a basketball player at HU. He is also an entrepreneur. He owns the brand Next Season Brand. And he's also the NIL king, I like to call him. Marquis Godwin, how you feeling, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. So before I start every interview, I like to give the audience, a gist of what this is about. So Lead Through Sport is a platform that spotlights former and current athletes, entrepreneurs, and creators on their journey to success, providing knowledge nuggets for life. And I feel like you're really good for my audience because you're currently in school and, you get to show the student athletes that are coming up, how it's done. So glad I can have you today.
Glad
So
to
let's
be.
go. Yes, sir. So let's go ahead and start off with a fun fact, man. Give us a fun fact about yourself.
Fun fact about myself. I really like to go fishing and crabbing with my little brother.
Mhm.
Besides that, I'm just a guy that's on the water. I like to go
Yeah.
like to do stuff like that. I mean, that's about it. Everybody doesn't get to see that out of me, but that's what I like to do in my free time.
I feel that. I like fishing too. Fishing is like a nice little calm, man. It's like gives you a
Yeah,
nice little vibe.
just relax, enjoying the weather, kick back, just be with family. It's a great time.
Facts, facts, facts. So let's go ahead and start, man. Let's get into your latest college basketball year. How was the season for you guys as a team? And then tell me about your individual play. How'd it go?
Uh, the season was up and down. We was fighting adversity from the beginning of the season. Started dropping some games. Locker room got very controversial. It was just a rough year, honestly, because
Mhm.
we did a whole lot of wins. Obviously, when you're losing games, ain't nobody's gonna be happy. So
Mhm.
we had to try to find the happiness out of something in the season to keep us going forward. And for me personally, I think I had an up and down year as well. I had went through a lot of illness. I had COVID, bronchitis, walking pneumonia.
Mhm.
I had a lot of it at one time, and it took me a while to regroup and get back to my normal self.
Mhm.
Ended up doing that. Finished off the year strong. I think the last like 7 games, averaged 16 points, shot 50% from the 3-point line, around that. So just if I could have did that from the beginning, I could have had a way better season. But I
Mhm.
mean, glad I finished off strong though.
I feel that. And I see that you averaged 8.1 points per game overall, and you shot almost 39% from three. Now that's what you do, and that's very good from three.
Mhm.
What do you feel like you can add to your game coming into your last season, next season?
I feel I can add just being more of a leader in terms of skill wise, just putting the ball on the ground more, creating my shot a little bit more. I did that in spurts this year, showed flashes of it, but just doing it more consistently, I feel that I can become a better player if I show that more often.
I got you. That makes sense. That makes sense. And you were at ODU before HU, but before we talk about ODU, I do want to know what is your favorite part about being at HU overall?
My favorite part about being at HU overall is just being in an atmosphere where everybody is one. Everybody's a
Mhm.
family. Everybody wants everyone to do well. Um, the help here is unlike no other. Um, so just being at Hampton is a blessing. Also on top of that, I'm from Hampton, so
Facts.
I get all of my friends and family to support me at every home game. So just being here just gives me a boost of motivation to just continue to be great.
I like that. I like that. I know you got a strong family background. I know they out there supporting you hard too. That's
Yeah, they
tough.
are.
That's good stuff. So, as I said, you started your college basketball journey at ODU. Just reflect on your time at ODU for a little bit.
ODU was fun. That was what I wanted to go to out of high school. Um, it was my dream school going out of high school. I went to every home game. I got some friends that played before me there, Jordan Baker, Aaron Bako. So I just really wanted to go to a school around here, and that's the biggest school around here, conference wise and all the publicity wise. So I'm glad that was able to play Old Dominion. Sad it didn't work out.
Mhm.
I just wish that it could have went differently, but now I'm also glad I'm at Hampton now and pursuing my goals here as well.
I got you. Is there any difference in style of play from ODU to HU, or is it basically the same for you?
Mm, kind of I would say it's a lot differently. It's a
Mhm.
lot of more. Is the style of play here is like our coach is very trustworthy of us. He's going to let us make our mistakes, learn from our mistakes. At Old Dominion, it wasn't really a whole bunch of that. It was
Mhm.
more like you're going to follow directions and that's what you're going to do. So
Mhm.
I've got best of both worlds, being at Hampton and at Old Dominion, and it's definitely been a pleasure to accept both of those because it made me the best player I can be today.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. So we all know coming out of high school, one of the hardest things to do is to decide what school you want to go to because there's a lot that goes into it. So you being a transfer student, what advice do you have for anybody coming up the ranks behind you as to, choosing the right school as a fit for themselves?
Uh, Picking the best school for you, understanding the relationship you're gonna have with your head coach. That's the most importantly. It's the most important thing to make sure you have down. Um, a lot of the times, assistant coaches are the one doing the recruiting process, so you don't get a real relationship with the head coach. So make sure you do that before you go to your school because that's the person that's going to be controlling your playing time. That's going to be basically controlling your happiness.
Mhm.
So a relationship with him, then you're going to end up transferring.
That's real. That's real. That's real good information. So let's go ahead and slide on to this NIL because this is pretty new. NIL stands for name, image, and likeness, and I want you to go a little deeper into that because you seem to be doing a good job in that realm. So tell us a little bit about the NIL and what it stands for.
Name, image, and likeness is a big has happened so far in college athletics. I think that it's gave athletes a big perspective to make money off their name now, and before that, it wasn't you wasn't able to do that, and it's just bringing so much attention to not only the university but to the Pacific players at the university that make the university. So
Hmm.
now I feel like athletes have the opportunity to make money off their name as well as represent their school, and that's been a blessing. I've been very fortunate to get a lot of deals with partners, Boost Mobile, Smoothie Stop 757, a local shop out of Hampton, um, PSD Underwear, Family
Hmm.
Dollar. Just very blessed because now I'm able to put my name out there and promote it a lot more,
Hmm.
and that's going to bring more attention to me as well as my university.
Absolutely. And I was going to run down all of those partnerships, but you already said them. So it's about one, two, three, four. It's about one, two, three, five of them that you have so far. Six, because Family Dollar didn't have that one. Tell us the process of how you are able to, put yourself in that position to get a brand partnership.
Basically, just how you promote yourself and brand yourself on social media. The
Hmm.
big thing about the NLI is now is social media. You can be the best player on your team, but if you can't help this brand make money,
Hmm.
then you won't get no partnerships.
That's
And
real.
a lot of the time, you see that you see the best players on the team that aren't really active on social media, don't have NLIs, and people wonder why they don't have them. It's because they don't brand themselves. So being a starter on my team, I wanted to learn how to brand myself on social media because no matter how many points I get or how many wins I get, if I can't help this brand make money, then they won't help me make money.
That's
So
real.
that's how I approached it, and I do a very good job, I think, doing that as well. And I'm gonna continue to do it because good things have happened. So just can't wait to see what the future brings.
That's real. That's real. One thing I was always, when this first dropped, one thing I was thinking about was the competitiveness of college basketball because you play to get to the NBA and get paid.
Mhm.
And I don't want to say I thought that it would take away from the competitiveness, but it was just a thought of mine. Do you think that this NIL situation kind of, not takes away from the competitiveness, but like takes that drive away from trying to get to the next level or not really?
I would say that it. I wouldn't say it doesn't take away the drive. Everybody's goal is to get to the NBA, play
Hmm.
professional, or if it's overseas G League, anything. It's every kid's little dream. But while you're in college, money is a big thing. So
That's real.
every college athlete at some point needed money or was struggling for money or wanted their own money. So now it gives every athlete kind of relief off their shoulders that they know that they can use their name, image, and likeness to generate revenue for themselves.
That's
But
real.
the drive, the drive is still there, but it's just that now you don't have to. How can I put it? You don't have to worry as much if you know what you're doing out here
Hmm.
to promote yourself.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So, any of you guys watching that is interested, that's a college basketball player or athlete in general, and you're interested in, trying to get your name, image, and likeness up there, he's giving you the steps. So, get on social media, make sure you're brandable, and you can make some things happen. So now I want to move on. I like to play a game with my guest on here. It's called W2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a set of questions. It could be about anything, and you got to choose between the two, which is the which part, and then tell me why you chose that. So let's go ahead and get started. So you're a first-time parent. Salute to that as well. I haven't talked to you about that ever since it
Thank
happened. So salute to being a first-time father. What is your favorite part of parenting so far?
Waking up every morning and seeing my son before I take him to daycare.
That's real.
I get him dressed every single morning. That's the perks of me being here at Hampton. I get to be around my son every day. Get to wake up with him, take him to daycare. That's the best. That's probably the best moment of my day. Uh,
That's real.
so I really enjoy that, and also pick him up as well every day, and just seeing him with a smile on his face when he comes out daycare and we go home and we go about our night, watch our movies or whatever. So
Yeah,
I love it.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Who has the better year-round turn-up, ODU or HU? Year-round. I'm not just talking about homecoming. I'm just
ODU,
talking about year-round from
ODU,
fall to ODU.
ODU.
Why? I
Not,
thought you was gonna say Hampton. That's crazy.
nah, it's not even close.
Wow.
Um, like at Hampton is a HBCU. Everybody's a family. We have fun, but it's just like I'm from Hampton, so it's
Mhm.
not a whole lot to do in
Yeah.
Hampton. So like at Hampton University, we have a select few parties that you can attend in Norfolk at Old Dominion. We kind of got into a little bit more stuff. It was
Yeah.
we as you had the city merging in with the campus, so it was different house parties every night. You could go to Granby Street. You can go to you can go. Virginia Beach is only 15 minutes away, so everything was driving distance, and the turn up was just it was just better because it was more options to do.
I
And
got you.
only probably 1 to 2 options on the weekend, and if that gets shut down, it's over with.
That's a
So
fact. That's a fact. Ain't no migrate no well. That's a fact. I know better than
yeah,
anybody.
and it's not no other colleges that's everybody around here looks at when you go over the bridge, that's a long drive. When it's
Hmm.
really not, but people look at it that way. So to have fun, you got to go across the bridge, and a lot of Hampton students don't do that. So everyone
Facts.
stay in the vicinity, and that gets old sometimes.
I got you. That makes sense. That makes sense. This is gonna be a good one. Who is on your Virginia High School League Mount Rushmore and why? All sports.
Ooh, just one
Mount
or
four. Mount four.
four.
Yeah. Who's on your Mount Rushmore?
Uh, Cat for sure. Anthony Barber is one. All sports. Tyrod Taylor, another. Uh, I would have to go Ronald Curry and Allen
Okay.
Iverson.
Okay. So let's start with Cat. Why Cat up there for you?
All time scorer in Peninsula District history.
Hmm.
So I would think. I mean, I would put him up there because, I mean, he was one of one. So it's
Yeah.
not a lot of. I really didn't. That was probably my favorite player in high school watching because I was on JV, so I get to see
Hmm.
every game. So I'm a little biased to him. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I would say probably Cat. It was just night in and night out. He just gave you a good show. So
He definitely up there. He definitely
yeah,
up there.
he's up there for me for sure.
Okay. Tyrod. Why Tyrod?
When I was a little boy growing up, that's who I seen play football the most.
Mhm.
So that's my god brother as well. And almost night in and night out, Darlin was sold out when he played. So just seeing him come from that. And since I know him, come from that, he's got so much better. And now he's in the NFL, 12 seasons. He just became the person that I knew he could be. So that it was very
And he
good.
just signed another contract with the Giants too. That's my squad. So
Yep.
hopefully we can get him in there. Definitely another GOAT.
Yep.
Who was your third? Ron Curry.
Ron Curry. I gotta go with Ron because he's just a legend. I didn't really see him play personally, but I've seen clips. My dad done told me about him. My dad coached him, so I done seen him in film. I done talked to him, heard from him. Other people have told me about him, so I gotta pull him up there.
And he's probably the biggest two-sport athlete from our area outside of AI. Him and AI.
And I heard he was #1 in football and basketball in high school.
Yeah, that's
so
wild.
I gotta put him up there. And and then Allen Iverson,
Bubba Chuck.
That's self-explanatory.
Facts. We ain't gotta go there. That's real. That's real. So I would like to transition to entrepreneurship. Next season brand. How did this come about? Like, how did this start?
Next season brand started my sit-out year when I transferred from Old Dominion to Hampton. I had a bunch of free time on my hands. I was always into shoes and clothing. And one day I was purchasing some Bape brand shorts, and I said to myself, I'm giving this company all of my money to wear something, and I have nothing to show for it afterwards. And I'm like, I can do this myself. So I went to my dorm room and I just thought of ideas. I actually asked some of my friends, what do you think about this? And I just made some sketches, just playing around, wasn't really serious. Ended up finding a online digitalization app that you can put your products on and make stuff. So I did that and ended up making some cool shorts that people liked. Some people purchased them. And I'm like, okay, I can do something with this if I put more time into it. And so then I did that. And that summer, I got real kind of serious on the brand. And going into my next season, that was COVID year, I said I wanted to highlight my brand during the season. So I made some merchandise, highlighted my brand, played in my socks, warmed up in a few hoodies. Thank you to my coaches; they allowed me to do that. And then I seen more people being attracted to my brand, and more people purchase items from me. And thank you to everybody that's done that every step of the way. So I just kept going at it, and I'm still keep going at it. I'm still keep at it right now.
Yeah.
And it's just been a blessing just seeing the progression I've had with my brand, and I just can't wait to see what the future holds with that as well.
Not definitely, because it used to be next season it used to be just kicks, right? And then you elevated to everything else.
Because that's when I was just doing the shoes. I was reselling shoes on my off time. I know everybody don't like the resellers, but I was a reseller at one point. So it was next season kicks, but then I got into the clothing side of it, and I switched it to the next season brand.
That's hard. That's hard. So what's the message behind next season brand?
The message is always ahead. Just being ahead of your competitor, being ahead of the next person. Never get behind. Just stay in front, because the world doesn't wait for you. I actually just got out of a meeting with one of my professors, and his message was the world doesn't wait for anybody. So just keep going at it, and eventually, as you keep trying, the door gonna open for you. So just keep going, and stay down, and just be you. Don't try to be nobody else, because at the end of the day, you got to make the decision for yourself, nobody else.
That's real. So now that you're back on the court and you're still in classes and you're still in entrepreneurship, does that get hectic on some days, or have you found that balance to where it's not as crazy?
I wouldn't. It gets hectic. I don't sleep a lot. On top of being a dad, I have to wake son at night a lot. Cry. He's still trying to sleep through the night, but it gets hectic sometimes. My major requires a lot of work, so I'm journalism communication. So like I write a lot. I write a lot. I'm always on
Mhm.
my typing, writing stories. So trying to balance that and also make new products and play basketball is a whole lot. But I've kind of got it down to a little bit, and I've kind of got it down a little bit, but I still need a lot more work and figure out what I need to do to be more precise to make everything more smoother.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So now we have basketball and we have fashion, and these seem to be your two, what you're really into right now. What's
Hmm.
the biggest connection between the two for you? Because my platform, Lead Through Sports, sport is not just limited to athletics. So we tie in everything here. So what's the connection between basketball and fashion?
The connection between basketball and fashion is you can be yourself.
Mm,
I would say when I play basketball outside of the game, I'll usually wear my stuff, my next season brand stuff on the court, open gyms, so forth and so forth. And I'm able to express who I am as a person while I play basketball. And even on the court during the season, my coaches let me wear my socks during the game. So I'm able to express my brand then. Uh, and just the connection is really just being yourself. Like the
hmm.
message, the same message from the meaning of next to the brand is being yourself. Because that's all fashion is. Fashion is being yourself.
I like
People
that.
have different views on fashion. For example, Kanye West. A lot of people doesn't like how he dresses, but he's just being himself. So
Hmm.
that's really the message, honestly, the connection between both of them.
That's real. That's real. I didn't ask you about this. The actual title next season, Brand, did that come? Does that have anything to do with you sitting out that COVID year and waiting and putting that together like next season? Like,
It does.
yeah.
Actually, I was I was just thinking the meaning of the name next season is basically I'm preparing for the next season of clothing. So I'm trying
Hmm.
to get the different looks and what people like to wear for the next season. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, I can tie this in with basketball. If I tie in next season, I play basketball, so I'm going on to the next season. So after basketball's over with, is the next season. So you just have to continue going on and on because the next season is awaiting you.
I love that. I love that. I love that. So, where do you see yourself 5 years from now after you're done hooping in college? Next season, brands, is grown. Where do you see yourself then 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I still want to be playing basketball. I feel like I can do something and make money in this game. If it's NBA, G League, or overseas, I feel like I can do something. But outside of that, with my brand, I look for my brand to expand. I look for my brand to expand a lot this summer. I have some ideas cooking up that I have to bring to life. But in 5 years, I look for me to have a strong social media platform with my brand. I wouldn't so much say store yet, but that's the goal.
Hmm.
If I can get the store, I'll be well on my way. But
That's lit.
in 7, I could say store. But for right now, 5, just a strong media platform to where I have a I have a steady income from my brand and that I'm able to use my brand sponsorships, um, basketball tournaments, the whole nine. I want to branch out and be a good leader with
That's
my.
real. I respect that. And journalism. Do you eventually want to be on TV one day or have a podcast or something like that? Is that why you're studying journalism?
Yeah, I want to definitely be on TV one day. Sports related.
Hmm.
And writing is also something I like to do. So having articles in my name eventually is something I want to do. Also before I get out of school, I wanted to start on a book that I wanted
Hmm.
to put in a few years and just use everything to my advantage.
Hmm. That's real. That's real. Well, you got a lot of stuff going on. You got a lot of things, great things coming for you ahead. Good luck next basketball season. Good luck with the next season, Brand. Just good luck with everything, man. You're a good student athlete. I know you from back in the day, so I know there's a lot you know, coming for you, and you got a good support system too. So, you know, just keep going and keep pushing, man. Definitely.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. What's your go ahead, drop your social media so everybody can follow you. What's your Instagram and Twitter and all that good stuff?
My Instagram is at nolimit.quis. My next season page on Instagram is NXTSZN brand. And my Twitter is nolimit_Quis.
Okay. Y'all go ahead and follow him. Y'all go ahead and cop some gear, some socks, a shirt, a hat, anything. Go ahead and get it. It's hot. It's out there. Summertime coming. We need you looking fly in them summertime cookouts. So y'all go ahead and start cooking up. Y'all go ahead and follow me at tscotty_ on Instagram and Twitter. Also follow my life development page at _rise to the occasion on Instagram. All things life development. We got a lot of good things coming your way. Quis, I appreciate you once again, man.
Thank you. I'm glad to do this.
Yes, sir. Lead Through Sport out.